This is the Intercontinental Broadcasting Corporation. Sa Bagong Pilipinas.
Good evening. This is 13 News.
Let's get into the headlines right now. Breaking tonight, China is claiming to have discovered a rare coral reef blue hole inside the lagoon of Bajo de Masinloc.
Powerful earthquakes hit Venezuela, Japan, and California in the past 24 hours. Venezuela death toll climbs to at least 164. No Filipinos reportedly hurt.
The pre-trial conference concludes tonight with the controversial BIR box containing VP Sara's tax records remains unsealed.
Tropical storm Gardo now inside the Philippine area of responsibility, while Typhoon Francisco may exit PAR tonight.
And there's good news tonight. The Japanese embassy confirms Philippine passport holders are exempt from Japan's visa hike implementation.
All these and more, here on 13 News.
We begin tonight's newscast with a developing story. China says it has discovered a rare coral reef blue hole inside the lagoon of Bajo de Masinloc.
It cited a June 25 survey report by its Ministry of Ecology and Environment. The photos show the hole's opening that spans 56.3 meters and drops 16.6 meters deep. Chinese researchers are claiming sightings of hard corals, giant clams, reef fish, and even green sea turtles. Beijing says it will continue to monitor the site.
China released the footage just weeks after the Philippines dismantled a Chinese floating structure and challenged them to release their research. So far, no Philippine Coast Guard agency has issued a comment, but the Philippine Coast Guard has repeatedly asserted the country's sovereign rights and jurisdiction over Bajo de Masinloc, along with other rights under international law. Meanwhile, earthquakes occurred in Japan, the US, and Venezuela today, with Venezuela taking the hardest hit with two back-to-back major earthquakes measuring magnitudes 7.2 and 7.5. The government put the country in a nationwide state of emergency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expresses his support to Venezuelans, saying Filipinos are with them through trying times. CJ Reyes has more.
Multiple powerful earthquakes rocked several countries across the world in the past 24 hours. In Japan, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake struck Iwate Prefecture in the country's north earlier this morning. Authorities reported no major injuries or significant damage, and no tsunami warning was issued. No Filipinos were hurt. In the United States, a magnitude 5.6 earthquake hit a rural area of Northern California near Redwood Valley past 11 p.m. U.S. time. The quake caused power outages affecting thousands of residents and left several people injured, though no major structural damage has been reported. Scientists are reminding California residents to prepare a 72-hour emergency kit stocked with the essentials such as food, water, and medication for future seismic events. Meanwhile, Venezuela suffered the most devastating impact after two powerful earthquakes measuring magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 struck the La Guaira and Caracas areas. Buildings collapsed, homes were destroyed, and critical infrastructure sustained heavy damage. Interim and acting Venezuela President Delcy Rodriguez declared a nationwide state of emergency as the death toll rose to at least 164 and is likely to reach thousands. Nearly 1,000 people were injured. The U.S. Geological Survey warned that the death toll could climb up to the thousands. Rodriguez also ordered the closure of Simon Bolivar International Airport after reports of serious damage to his facilities. U.S. President Donald Trump pledged to provide aid, including mobilized search and rescue teams and medical supplies. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed his sympathies to the Venezuelan people and said Filipinos are one with the Venezuelans during trying times. He also wished for the safety and swift recovery of those affected. The Department of Migrant Workers through Secretary Hans Leo Cacdac said the Philippine government is ready to provide assistance and relief to Filipinos affected in Venezuela. According to Cacdac, there are no OFWs currently based in Venezuela, though 75 Filipino missionaries are in the country. The Department of Foreign Affairs is also monitoring the situation and gathering information on Filipinos who may have been affected while the agency awaits the directive of President Marcos.
Magkakaroon din ng pagtugon kung sakasakaling kailangan nila ng basic needs o ano pa man. And so, ganun muna, monitoring the situation. And we hope, once again, it stays that way na walang apektadong Pilipino. And our hearts, of course, to the nation of Venezuela, the citizens of Venezuela, sa pinagdadaanan nila ngayon.
CJ Reyes, IBC News.
In other news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. marks his third visit to Region 12, or the Soc-Sargen region in Mindanao, to lead the launch of several government projects in Sultan Kudarat and South Cotabato. The president also led the opening of the restored Antong Dam and irrigation system. IBC News correspondent Harley Valbuena has the report.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. personally visited today the province of South Cotabato, recently hit by the powerful magnitude 7.8 earthquake. The province declared a state of calamity after the quake affected 21,000 families from 170 barangays. During the Bawat Bayan Makikinabang program in Coronadal City, the president turned over 40 million pesos financial aid to the provincial government of South Cotabato and 96 million pesos for the provincial government of Cotabato coming from the Social Civic Projects Fund. Every barangay in the two provinces will receive 200,000 pesos. The Department of Social Welfare and Development also distributed assistance to individuals in crisis situation or AICS to affected residents.
Kami nagpapasalamat po na sa ating pamahalaan dahil kami nabigyan ng tulong pinansyal.
The president assured fair allocation of assistance to every LGU.
Sabi nila hindi, walang sistema. Kaya sabi ko, ito na yung pagkakataon ko na baguhin yung sistema para mapunta sa LGSF, sa local government.
President Marcos Jr. also inaugurated the 1 billion peso Antong Dam and irrigation system in Lutayan, Sultan Kudarat. This will provide irrigation to 1,500 hectares of agricultural land benefiting 355 farmers.
Ang dam na ito makakatulong sa amin ng mga farmers sa papamagitan ng FPG at magkaroon kami ng maraming harvest.
The president also joined farmers and irrigators in a budol launch and interacted with them to identify their needs amid challenges. He also visited the DSWD Enhanced Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty Program and Walang Gutom Program in Suralia, South Cotabato, both aimed at providing assistance to 600,000 food-poor households this year. Harley Valbuena, IBC News.
Tropical storm Gardo has now entered the Philippine area of responsibility, but may soon leave as early as tomorrow afternoon. Based on its latest track, Gardo is located 1,420 kilometers east of extreme northern Luzon, packing maximum sustained winds of 85 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts of up to 105 kilometers per hour. It is moving north-northwestward at 45 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, Typhoon Francisco is expected to enter PAR tonight. Now located 620 kilometers northeast of Itbayat, Batanes, the typhoon is moving north-northeastward at 15 kilometers per hour. At the meantime, it will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over Batanes and Babuyan Islands. The southwest monsoon continues to affect Luzon, Visayas regions, bringing gloomy skies and rains. Meanwhile, Mindanao will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms. Coming up next, in celebration of the Day of the Filipino Seafarer, several Filipino seafarers will benefit from free training courses. Stay tuned. This is 13 News.
Are you ready to open your mind? We're tackling topics others won't.
There should always be that collaboration between families, the communities, the school.
Most of the household, ayaw nilang pag-usapan anything about sex.
Or parang parang na-attract sila dun sa industry namin na tigil yan.
It's time to stop the stigma and start the science.
Because here on Naked Minds, we break the silence.
Naked Minds, every Friday, 10 p.m. on IBC 13. Ating tunghayan ang mga kwentong magbibigay ng inspirasyon, kabutihan at pagkamakabayan kasama ang ating host na si Bob Ferrer dito sa Good Stories.
Malaking tulong ito sa mga kabataan, no? Dahil sila ay na-expose, nararamdaman nila na sila ay ina-appreciate, pinapalakpakan sila, hinahangaan sila.
Mga istorya ng malasakit sa kapwa, sa kapaligiran, at sa komunidad nating kinabibilangan.
Sustainability will always start at home. So ang laki ng role ng isang nanay na maging halimbawa sa kanilang tahanan.
Yung kulturang Pilipino, sanay tayo sa tinatawag na bayanihan. Kahit anong kalamidad dyan, may puso pa rin ang Pilipino na mapagkawang gawa.
Good Stories, Sabado, 9:30 ng umaga. Dito lang sa IBC 13.
Bagong Pilipinas. Mahalaga ang kapakanan ng bawat isa. Lahat ng aspeto ng lipunan pinagtutuunan ng pansin ng pamahalaan at ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Bagong Pilipinas, PBBM, Lingkod ng Bayan. Tuwing Linggo, alas 8:30 ng umaga.
The Maritime Industry Authority, or Marina, led the national observance of the Day of the Filipino Seafarer 2026, honoring the vital role of Filipino maritime workers with several key initiatives. Among the initiatives is the free regular training courses for the Filipino seafarers that will be implemented by the National Maritime Polytechnic starting on August 3. The program covers all current and future regular training courses of the agency, while fees for 3 professional development courses will significantly reduced. Marina also signed a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, to streamline document processing services for Filipino seafarers. The digital linkage will provide maritime workers and students a faster verification of documents needed for employment and other international transactions. Marina also formalized a partnership with Norway-based digital learning company Mintra to explore initiatives involving emerging maritime technologies, research and development, and digital training tools for Filipino seafarers. Meanwhile, a total of 106 maritime professionals took their oath to join the country's globally recognized maritime workforce. Amid the commemoration, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. reaffirms the administration's commitment to protecting the rights and promoting the welfare of Filipino seafarers.
Together with the Department of Migrant Workers and our partners in the maritime sector, the government continues to strengthen measures that safeguard the rights, safety, and well-being of Filipino seafarers.
Just days after the horrific school shooting at San Jose National High School in Tacloban, another school shooting breaks out in Davao de Oro in Leyte. Authorities have thwarted another planned mass shooting and stabbing at a school. Meanwhile, the 15-year-old suspect in the Tacloban shooting faces 3 counts of murder. Bea Peniza has the full report.
In Davao de Oro, one person was injured in a shooting incident at Kolehiyo ng Pantukan at around 12:25 p.m. today, June 25, according to the LGU. The victim sustained 4 gunshot wounds after being ambushed while with family members. Based on initial reports, the shooting took place outside the campus after the school's graduation rites. Investigation into the incident continues while the LGU now coordinating with the authorities. In Leyte, a planned mass shooting and stabbing supposedly happening last night was thwarted by the police. According to DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla, he received information from Senator Bam Aquino. The police immediately took action and prevented the incident from happening. It was later discovered that a grade 10 student from Tolosa National High School posted the threat on social media.
Pinost niya sa Facebook to. Prepare yourselves, especially you, as you owe me. Get ready. I will disrupt the school.
Remulla said the planned shooting and stabbing could possibly be a copycat incident inspired by the shooting at San Jose National High School, where a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old were arrested by authorities after killing 3 students.
Ayun ang delikado dito eh. Kasi nga nakikita sa video games na napakadaling bumatay ng tao. Tingin nila, ay ginawa doon, kaya ko rin to.
The Secretary therefore recommended to Congress the immediate amendment of the Juvenile Justice Act to make it more comprehensive. He is also pushing for amendments to responsible gun ownership laws and other measures that would impose criminal liability on negligent gun owners.
Ayun ang infirmity ng batas. Walang concomitant responsibility ang gun owner kung gamitin ng iba ang baril nila para pumatay ng tao. Where, I believe, dapat kung may baril ka, naka-lock and key at ikaw ang sole responsible person basta naka-lisensya sa iyong baril nila. Again, tumawag kayo sa 911. Kung may naririnig kayo na any threat, kung makita kayo na conversation sa Facebook, tumawag kayo kagad sa 911.
Meanwhile, because one of the suspect in the Tacloban shooting is a minor, he cannot be held criminally liable under the law as he is only 14 years old. The 15-year-old suspect, however, is facing 3 counts of murder, 3 counts of first-stated murder, and multiple counts of serious physical injuries. At present, 2 of the injured victims remain in critical condition in the hospital. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has already ordered an immediate probe into the roots of rising youth-related violence across the country. Malacanang said the president is heartbroken, stressing it is unacceptable that minors are now capable of committing crimes while other children fall victim.
Heartbroken, masasabi natin, ang naramdaman ng Pangulo dahil mga bata ang lumalabas na kaya na gumawa ng krimen. Kayang magplanong gumawa ng krimen at mga inosenteng mga kabataan din ang nabibiktima.
The president also directed authorities to investigate possible links between violent gaming apps and these incidents. Bea Peniza of IBC News.
Kasi nga nakikita
na gumawa ng krimen.
The pre-trial conference for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment case has wrapped up, with the pre-trial order expected soon. Prosecutors say the Senate will decide on the sealed BIR box, while questions over Mary Grace Piatos as a witness could prove pivotal in the trial. Here's IBC News correspondent Earl Tobias with the full story.
How can Mary Grace Piatos, a fictitious personality with no records under the Philippine Statistics Authority, can be used as a witness for the impeachment trial versus Vice President Sara Duterte? For House Prosecutor Terry Ridon, this exact question could serve as a smoking gun during the trial proper.
Nasa sentro siya nung pong kontrobersiya, nung pong paggamit ng confidential funds, no? Yung existence or non-existence po ni Mary Grace Piatos, yung pong smoking gun, kung talaga nga bang tama o mali, yung pong paggamit ng confidential funds.
The name Mary Grace Piatos became a recurring topic way before the House impeachment proceedings, after being identified as one of the recipients linked to the controversial use of confidential funds by the Vice President. Lead prosecutor Jervil Luistro, however, clarified that it's only within the pre-trial order where all the witnesses to be presented to the trial can be cast to stone.
If ever nakasama, if ever lang, no, I am sure that it will be significant in proving the prosecution's case, no? If ever nakasama si Mary Grace Piatos. The least I can say, kung sino yung mga napresenta during the good government.
The House Prosecution Panel also wants to present as a witness Ramil Madriaga, who has previously claimed to be a former bagman of Vice President Sara Duterte, as well as another witness who is expected to corroborate Madriaga's testimony. Prosecutors also intend to call Vice Presidential Chief of Staff Attorney Zulaika Lopez, along with several officials and employees of the Office of the Vice President and DepEd, who had earlier testified during House inquiries into the controversial use of confidential funds. The panel is also seeking to present as a witness Attorney Michael Poa, who is currently one of the Vice President's Defense Counsel. Former Senator Antonio Trillanes and Ombudsman Crispin Rimulya were also among the prosecution's witnesses for the allegation of unexplained wealth and sell and non-disclosure of the Vice President. Tonight, the pre-trial conference for the impeachment case has formally concluded, with the pre-trial order expected in the coming days. On the controversial sealed BIR box where VP Sara's tax records were kept, Prosecutor Ridon said the Senate Impeachment Court will decide whether to open it or not. The ruling is seen as a key step before full trial proceedings begin on July 6. Meanwhile, Malacanang assures that government operations will not be disrupted amid the impeachment trial. Projects will continue despite attempts to solve this order, and that senators will responsibly convene as the court.
Strategy po nila yun. Strategy nila. Pero kung ayon sa PSA ay walang Mary Grace Piatos, so baka mahirapan silang makita kung sino yung Mary Grace Piatos.
Earl Tobias, IBC News.
Starting today, all banks in the Philippines are no longer allowed to ask for one-time PINs or OTPs via text or emails. Under the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Circular Number 1213, the agency has banned the use of SMS and email-based one-time passwords for high-risk transactions in online banking and e-wallets. These codes will now be replaced with stronger security measures, including biometrics such as fingerprint or face ID and other in-app notifications. The circular applies to banks and e-wallet operators that process an average of more than 75 million pesos in online transactions each month. These include most universal and commercial banks, all digital banks, and some cooperative, thrift, and rural banks. The mandate aims to boost security in banking transactions involving large amounts, citing reasons that OTPs through text and email are easily intercepted. OTPs may still be used for smaller transactions or those accounts with average dealings under 75 million pesos monthly.
Global oil prices are in free fall following the high-level peace talks between the United States and Iran at the Lake Lucerne summit. Brent crude oil is now $72.56, while Murban crude oil is at $66. The breakthrough discussions between the two countries signaled a turning point for energy markets, with supply routes like the Strait of Hormuz expected to remain secure. Because of this, another round of fuel price rollback is possible next week after prices of petroleum products dipped on the third day of trading in the world market. The Department of Energy said it will continue monitoring developments in the Middle East. Meanwhile, the Philippine Stock Exchange is back at the 6,000-point level after world oil prices dropped. The main index rose by 79.69 points, or 1.33%, to close at 6,071.06. The PSEI gained as the peso strengthened slightly for the sixth straight trading day. The peso closed at 61 pesos and 29 centavos against $1 US. Meta has released a special edition of its AI smart glasses in collaboration with Kylie Jenner. The Meta Starfire Kylie Edition is co-designed by Kylie Jenner. It is a sleek upgrade to the regular Meta glasses, as it houses a slim oval frame with a custom gem detail. The device features a built-in camera, live translation, voice-controlled AI assistance, and a dedicated action button for hands-free use. The Meta Starfire Kylie edition starts at $399 US.
Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala and tennis legend Venus Williams bowed out of the Bad Homburg Open doubles after their quarterfinal defeat against Olivia Nichols and Teresa Mihalikova. Despite an early lead, Ayala and Williams struggled into a tougher test, ending the match with a score of 6-3, 6-2. With their Bad Homburg campaign over, the power duo now shift their focus to the Wimbledon Championships on Monday. Ayala will compete as the world number 29 seed in the singles draw, while Williams is set to reunite with her sister tennis superstar Serena Williams in the doubles category.
Good news for Philippine passport holders. Filipinos with existing temporary Japanese visitor visas are exempted on its visa hike. Meanwhile, the United States begins its Great American State Fair for its 250th Independence Day. This and other developments across the globe from Holy Bakay's report.
In Washington, the Great American State Fair formally kicked off to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States independence. The first day of the 16-day National Exposition started with fighter jet flyovers and other spectacles. President Donald Trump welcomed the momentous event, notably recognizing the American working class.
250 years ago, a new nation was founded by farmers and soldiers, shopkeepers and tradesmen, who stood strong to defend their rights, their families, and their freedom from tyranny across the sea.
Philippine passport holders applying for a Japanese temporary visitor visa are exempted from Japan's visa hike. This is according to Japan Embassy in the Philippines. The announcement comes after the country implemented its first major hike on visa fees in nearly 50 years. The embassy clarified that visas within 90 days for Filipinos remain gratis or free. Meanwhile, the highly anticipated grand wedding of global pop star Taylor Swift and athlete Travis Kelce may happen next month. Reports reveal the two are planning to tie the knot at the Madison Square in New York City on July 3. The major hint comes from Mayor Zoran Mamdani after mentioning the couple's wedding as the next major event in the city. The couple announced their engagement last year. Holy Bakay, IBC News.
The Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, or PCSO, turns over 18 patient transport vehicles to 10 provinces in Visayas. PCSO General Manager Melquiades Robles led the turnover ceremony of the vehicles awarded to the provinces of Cebu, Bohol, Biliran, Leyte, Southern Leyte, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, and the whole Samar Island. The new vehicles are expected to speed up delivery of healthcare services in the provinces. Meanwhile, several local government units are also set to receive financial assistance from PCSO Lotto revenues, covering the period from July to December 2025. Before we wrap up tonight's newscast, we bring you the results of the PCSO's 9 p.m. lottery draws. For the Super Lotto 649, the winning combination is 49, 19, 15, 46, 25, and 36, with the jackpot prize of 42,703,181 pesos and 17 centavos. For the Lotto 642, the winning numbers are 26, 35, 12, 8, 25, and 23, with a jackpot prize of 45,493,326 pesos and 6 centavos. For the 6D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 3, 1, 8, 0, 7, and 2. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 7, 6, and 4. And for the 2D draw, the winning numbers are 7 and 21. There is no winner for the Lotto 642 and Super Lotto 649.
Tomorrow, June 26, the Philippines and France will mark their 79th year of Friendship Day. Back in 1947, the two countries signed the Treaty of Amity in Paris, establishing diplomatic relations. Since then, their partnership continues to grow, focusing on climate change, trade, and cultural exchanges. I really like the idea of the Philippines and France being friends for a long time.
And it's already more than 7 decades, right?
Yeah.
Have you been to Paris or France?
It's beautiful. Have you?
I haven't been there.
All the more reason you should go. I highly recommend.
That's interesting. And those were the latest from the IBC newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and give you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm Greg Gregorio. This is 13 News. Thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.